Imagine a world where the eerie figure of the Phantom, with his tragic love story and masterful architectural traps, was not just a figment of Gaston Leroux's imagination, but a shadowy presence haunting the halls of the Paris Opera House. This tantalizing possibility emerges when we delve into the intricate web of fact and fiction that Leroux skillfully wove into his work, The Phantom of the Opera. The fact is, the author never clearly stated that Erik, the opera ghost, was purely fictional. In the introduction of his book, he presents himself as an investigator, recounting real historical events that he personally researched by conducting an inquiry at the opera house. Was this merely a marketing ploy, blurring the lines between reality and fantasy? Or could it be that the Phantom of the Opera might have truly existed, as his witnesses reported? If so, could the Phantom still be lurking in the catacombs beneath the Opera House today? Leroux's narrative strategy plays a significant role in cultivating this sense of ambiguity. He claims to have uncovered testimonies and evidence suggesting the existence of the mysterious Phantom. His meticulous descriptions of the opera house, the Palais Garnier, lend authenticity to the tale, grounding it in tangible locations. The grand staircase, the opulent chandelier, and the luxurious private boxes are all strikingly accurate. The novel even references Charles Garnier, the real architect of the opera house, further anchoring it in historical reality. The Foyer de la Danse, a backstage area where dancers practiced and socialized, also exists in the real opera house and is faithfully described. In the 1880s, obtaining insider knowledge of such details was far more difficult than it is today, reinforcing the notion that Leroux may have genuinely investigated these accounts on site. Another significant element adding credibility to the novel is the underground lake beneath the opera house, which serves as Erik's lair. The feature is not a mere fabrication. It is based on a real subterranean water tank designed to stabilize the opera house's foundation. With a secret entrance into the catacombs of Paris, an actual labyrinth filled with the bones of millions, this setting becomes even more plausible. The eerie underground passageways make the idea of Erik's secret hideout seem less like fantasy and more like a well-hidden truth. Even the infamous chandelier incident has a basis in reality. In the novel, the Phantom causes a chandelier to fall, killing a spectator. This event echoes a very real accident from that era when a counterweight from the opera house's grand chandelier fell, killing a concierge. By incorporating such historical incidents, Leroux blurs the line between fiction and reality, suggesting that his story may be more than just a gothic fantasy. Yet another striking parallel is found in the character of Christine Daaé. Many believe she was inspired by Christine Nilsson, a Swedish soprano famed for her angelic voice. Nilsson's timeline intriguingly aligns with the story. She performed in the Paris Opera House during the period when the Phantom of the Opera is set, and retired in 1885, around the same time that in the novel Christine Daaé vanishes from public life. If Nilsson had eloped with the nobleman, much like Christine does with Raoul, the Vicomte de Charnier, this could provide an eerie real-world counterpart to the novel's romance. Given the aristocracy's tendency to keep scandals quiet, such an event may have been concealed, leaving only whispers and speculation. Whispers that could have reached Leroux as he crafted his novel. Nilsson's sudden disappearance from the opera world aligns so well with the story that it adds another layer of plausibility to the legend. The plausibility extends to Erik himself. According to the novel, Erik was an architect for a Persian sultan skilled in building elaborate traps and secret passages. This notion resonates with history, as many master builders and engineers throughout the ages have designed intricate and hidden structures for royalty. while figures like Gustave Eiffel, famed for his work on the Eiffel Tower and the internal structure of the Statue of Liberty, did not build death traps per se. His era was one of grand, complex engineering feats. An era which Erik shares, and Erik's character fits within this tradition, making his abilities seem less mythical and more plausible. All of these elements, the detailed accuracy of the opera house, the real-life underground lake, the historical chandelier incident, the aristocratic elopement of Christine Nilsson, and Erik's own architectural genius, all of these things make it increasingly difficult to simply dismiss the Phantom of the Opera as mere fantasy. It seems sometimes the more we learn about the actual history of the opera house, the more real the tale seems. As we traverse the darkened corridors and hidden lofts of the Paris Opera House in our imagination, the question lingers. Could there have truly been a phantom, a genius shrouded in mystery, whose tragic tale of love and loss was more than mere fiction? Well, possibly not. But either way, it certainly makes it worth a visit, and certainly worth putting the Paris Opera House on your bucket list of places to visit. After all, you just never know what or whom you may find there.
Well, that just about wraps up tonight's tale from Lorehound. Join us as we sniff out more of history's most interesting stories.
As the hound dog entered the dimly lit library, he sensed an aura of mystery surrounding the ancient scrolls. The dusty shelves towered above him as he sniffed his way through the labyrinth of books. Suddenly, he picked up a scent and followed it to a secluded corner. With bated breath, he approached the shelf and pawed at the book, revealing the hidden scroll. As he rolled it out, he knew he had discovered a treasure worth protecting at all costs.